As governor, Walz has put Minnesota on the map for having some of the most progressive tax policies in the nation. He signed a $3 billion tax package during Minnesota's 2023 legislative session, which include a fully refundable child tax credit equal to $1,750 per child. The law also expanded tax credits for K through 12 education expenses, working families, and childcare, as well as slashed taxes for Social Security recipients in the state. What is a fully refundable child tax credit? What does the fully refundable aspect mean? Let's find out. A refundable tax credit is a credit you can get as a refund even if you don't owe any tax. Oh, okay, so that's good. So you can just get it. It could just be like a straight up, here's your money. Why not just pay a lump sum then? Literally no idea. Let me know if you find out. All right, cool. For what it's worth in the world we live in, this is a decent policy that works within our weird ass economic framework. That's what I was kind of guessing is the goal there. So this seems good, but I'm open to if there's a better way to improve it. To pay for those cuts, the Minnesota bill raised hundreds of billions from a new global tax on multinational companies. Ooh, how do we feel on that? That's interesting. Specifically, multinational companies. As a former U.S. House member, Walz was also active on progressive tax policy, although the bills he sponsored didn't make it into law. For example, he sponsored the Universal Economic Stimulus Act of 2008, which would have given a $300 refundable tax credit to Social Security and veterans benefits recipients with earned income of less than $3,000 annually. Walz also proposed to expand the standard deduction and the federal child tax credit while clawing back tax benefits for oil companies and mandating new tax reporting for securities brokers. Is a security broker, are these like bank boys and girls and NBs? Are there any NBs in the banks? Security brokers are professionals who connect sellers and buyers in the financial market. They sell stocks and other securities to customers and suggest investment options to them. Okay, so yeah, they're the ones doing the deals. And so they're mandate new tax reporting for them. That's probably just good. Clawing back tax benefits for oil companies, that's a banger. Fucking get it, my guy. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't support the child tax credit? I guess Republicans, right? But they're just evil. But Republicans just hate poor people. And then the standard deduction. So that's just for everyone, right? Why do they have tax benefits at all? Tax them 100%. Who? Brokers? Oh, oil companies. I mean, yeah, fuck it. I mean, I don't know. You can't tax someone 100% or they won't make any money, right? But I do want to see oil companies just die. Tax reporting for brokers probably means more reporting on the transactions of their clients. Ooh, interesting. Fuck big oil. I would not recommend that personally, but I might have different standards. Okay, let's get in on his economic policy. Let's go. Walz is firmly aligned with Harris on care economy issues she's prioritized since taking over the top Democratic ticket last month. As governor, he signed legislation that guaranteed paid family and medical leave for workers and provided $545 million worth of child tax credits to parents in the state. He also raised sales taxes to support rental assistance programs and expand the state's housing supply. Financial industry watchdogs have praised the pick, noting that Walz backed new laws targeting so-called credit card junk fees and large healthcare mergers. Credit card junk fees. Is that just going to be predatory shit by credit cards? Is that just lumped in with bank shit? Who does the credit cards? I mean, most of this sounds good. Okay, what is the large health? Is that just like big pharma? I don't know how to target my concerns with that. I am really frustrated with our healthcare system. The massive fees. It feels like insurance doesn't pay enough. Getting healthcare in this country is terrifying. There's definitely an issue here. I'm not sure if this pinpoints it, but I do want to see some improvements in the healthcare system. Ooh! Transportation. Trains? Let's see. Transportation. Walz has a robust and progressive record on transportation, including announcing earlier this year an almost $1 billion infrastructure plan with echoes of President Joe Biden's own big spending efforts that includes funding for everything from housing to roads and clean water. In 2023, Walz signed into law a $1.3 billion state house bill to fund transportation, which included a provision raising the state gasoline tax by 5 cents per gallon and indexing it to inflation, a feat the federal government has failed to achieve since the last time it was raised in 1993. So they are going to be taxing the fuck out of oil. Oil sales, though. Taxing us. Yeah, that's what I noticed. I see how it's happening. Oh, hell no, no, that's whack as shit. It's definitely going to be targeting consumers. Walz responded to criticism that a tax hike was overreach by saying it's not an overreach to fix the roads. The bill was replete with progressive priorities like electric bike credits and other ways to mitigate climate change. They're going to talk about electric bikes before they're talking about fucking trains? I love electric bikes, don't get me wrong. Walz has been a backer of the Biden-Harris administration's transportation initiatives, including the Inflation Reduction Act, which allowed sustainable aviation fuels to qualify for tax credits. I need someone who's locked in on environment.
I appreciate all of your labor on politics info. It's very helpful in my political literacy practice. Lumiere Gay.
Oh my god, thank you. I have to be boring the hell out of chat, and I am so sorry, babes. But this is important to me, and I actually really appreciate the conversations. Appreciate your feedback. I love the arguments in chat, actually. I'm not gonna lie. The respectful ones. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. If he doesn't want communism, then he needs to incentivize the energy companies to switch their energy manufacturing so nuclear is profitable compared to natural gas and so on. When you say if he doesn't want communism, what do you mean by that? If he doesn't want to step on the company's toes, communism means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Walz has been a backer of the Biden-Harris administration transportation initiatives, including the Inflation Reduction Act, which allowed sustainable aviation fuels to qualify for tax credits. In Minnesota, Walz created a refundable sustainable aviation fuel tax credit that provides $1.50 per gallon of a sustainable aviation fuel produced or blended in Minnesota and sold for use in planes leaving airports in the state. He also implemented a construction materials sales tax exemption to further incentivize those operations. So I do think that sustainable aviation fuel is a worthwhile, scientific endeavor. I'm not sure that they've actually made it very far on that. So I would be suspicious of people pushing that. But if we can get sustainable planes, that'd be cool. The planes are really fucking awful right now. And we could go to boats, but I think boats are bad too, aren't they? I guess I'm basing that off of cruises. Cruises are fucking awful. Hydrogen fuel, is it actually good though? What about a nuclear reactor in the plane? Kind of like how you have the nuclear boats. Do we have the ability to do that yet? Boats are fine. Cruises are a dumpster fire. Boats are probably the worst. And I don't think we're going to get rid of international travel. So we need to do something. Yeah, like a nuclear boat. You want nuclear planes? That could maybe work. I don't know the feasibility of that. Oh, sounds like a potential hazard if the plane decides to come down inefficiently. That's fair. Because of crashes? Yeah, I guess that'd be super unsafe. I felt the same way about boats. But apparently boats are pretty safe. But I guess they're in the middle of the ocean. What are you gonna do? Blow some fish up? Get those fucking horseshoe crabs! Hell yeah, brother! Technology. Walz has a record of boosting state investment in tech, advancing labor protections in the industry, expanding access to broadband internet. I love that. One of the concerns I had for my family, especially my grandmother, who lives further out in Indiana, is really bad access to internet. For a while, there was just a straight up monopoly by one company, and she was getting really awful internet access for high rates. So that's good to see. In passing bills to safeguard data privacy, his approach has managed to please both progressives and the tech sector, which leaves some industry leaders hopeful that he and Harris could usher in a pragmatic approach to tech policy. With Walz as governor, Minnesota became one of the first states to ban deepfakes in elections last spring. In May, Walz signed into law a comprehensive voting rights package that strengthened those statutes, including fines and prison time for people who use AI generated deepfakes to influence an election. Okay.